Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Unfiltered Live with me, myself, and Mr. Ortega. Is it Ortega your last name?
No, Olga.
Olga. Olga.
Yeah.
Why have I always
Yeah,
thought it was
because
Ortega?
because my name is Chivite Olga. So people,
Right,
this T.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's twice
You're
I've
not
got
the
your
only
name
one who
wrong.
does that. Yeah, a lot of people do say it. I've heard a lot where people go
Okay.
Ortega.
Okay, well, at least we've got the formalities, whatever it's called, sorted first and foremost. Now, I won't see you tomorrow, so I'm just going to wish you a happy birthday. I'll probably put it in the chat as well, but just to put it out there,
No.
turning 60-odd, whatever it is tomorrow. Any plans? Some drinks, some food, maybe go to the game?
I'm actually be going to the game tomorrow. My cousin is sorting out tickets. So yeah, I might actually be at Old Trafford tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a bad omen because the last time I went there on my birthday, like we lost. Like we played Villa. That was that horrible game where we lost 1-0 towards the end of the
Villa.
thingy.
Under Tenag?
Yeah. No, it was Ragnick.
Ole. Oh, Ragnick.
Ragnick,
1-0
yeah.
to Villa. I'm trying to
No,
think.
no. It was Oli. It was
Conso.
Yeah.
Or Courtney.
No, House. Somebody House.
Yes. Yeah. He
For
scored
that,
the winner.
yeah.
Oh,
I had
God.
good seats as well. Like it was amazing. That was probably one of the worst games I've ever seen. Like
Yeah.
Ronaldo and Greenwood they hated each other. You could just tell, like they were just
Big egos at play there, isn't there?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the game against FC20 don't turn out like that. I do think I'm actually quite excited for the start of the Europa League campaign, because I think we've got a genuine, opportunity to win it, and I think we've got a good chance. And it starts off against not an easy team, but it's a pretty good platform to build off in terms of momentum. We are actually going to kind of discuss the game a little bit and kind of everything involved, because we've had a press conference today. We've had Eric Ten Hag's side, which I've already covered, and then there's Mazraoui's bit as well, which is quite a few interesting quotes from that. And then we're going to discuss the kind of wing-back situation overall on like Luke Shaw and Malacia coming back, etc., etc. We've been linked with a Wonderkid, which we can kind of gloss over, and then we're doing something towards the end called "Can you guess this player?" within 5 clues, so something interactive for the chat for you guys as well, so you can get involved. So make sure you stay around to the end and smash like on the video. So I'll read you the comments and quotes. I'm sure you've already seen them anyway, but for the benefit of the chat. Ten Hag on Luke Shaw. Back before October's international break. It's possible, probably, but can't say 100% sure. I can't guarantee that now. The plan is is it time now? Is it done? Is it... I know from a player's perspective, and I know this is a very long-winded question, but I was listening to Phil Jones on High Performance Podcast the other day. I don't know if you've seen it.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw some of it.
It's changed my perspective slightly, the way I react to injuries. So obviously, I was quite critical of Anthony Martial. I was open about that loads of times. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, obviously the player wants to be on the pitch, right? He wants to be playing. But for whatever his reason, his body just seems shutting down. Does it just seem like we need to give up hope on Shaw now, ever returning like properly? Because he's like, we expected the start of the season, didn't we, with Shaw?
Yeah, I think that's what it is now. I mean, as much as I rate him as a player, if he's not available, it just helps with the consistency. You need a consistent back four, to be able to progress. That's been the key to Arsenal's success. Like they never really had to swap their back four last season. Like it was solid, and you need that. You need players to be able to. You've got new players like Kobe Minor's in the team now. You've got who else? Xerxes is going to be in, and players need to understand. You need to be available all the time. And if we can't get that with Luke Shaw, then I think it's one of those ones where we have to be ruthless at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, a lot of people gave Martial stick, and I've been saying this since. Like, it's really not his fault. Like, well, let me not get into Martial, but then with players, like, it's not their fault. I saw part of the Phil Jones podcast with High Performance. I really want to catch the rest of it because I could kind of see like the human side of things.
Yeah.
With him. Because we get caught up and we kind of forget that these guys are actually just guys, just people, really.
Yeah.
But we get caught up with the whole thing. It's actually Phil. It's not Phil Jones. It's a person, and we forget that part of it. And it does put things in perspective when you hear it from that point of view about injuries. That he really, really would like to play, but then just wouldn't happen. And we look sure it's one of them ones. He's I don't know how old he is. Probably 29, 28, something like that. So even if we should be already thinking of moving him on, regardless. But him being out till October, I'm not surprised. I kind of expected it. Even if he was fit, he'd probably be injured by then. It's sort of every time it happens. So for us, it might be a hard decision because we kind of like the player. But I need the club to be ruthless sometimes. We just have to be ruthless at some point and make that decision. There's young players coming through. We can't keep holding on to this guy and passing up on opportunities in the market because we might find a few players on. And if we're and then look sure, like I remember Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes retired from international duty when he was like 30-ish. He still had years to play. Yeah, younger, I think. And I remember when he retired, and everyone was like, what's he doing? But he prioritized his club career, like his professional career. And Luke Shaw doesn't help himself sometimes, especially getting sympathy from fans.
Nope. Yeah.
Him going to the Euros.
Likewise with that, though, I can't blame him either for wanting to do that. Because imagine he got offered the opportunity to go. I get you should be professional at times, but it's like you got an England team who's the favourites to win the tournament. You could be a part of that and play an important part in the knockout roles. Do you want to go or not? I can't blame a player for saying, yeah, take me. I see the other side of it where it's like, if I do go, am I going to get played? What kind of state am I going to come back in? I get that side of it.
I get that. Yeah, I get that, Nick. But if you hadn't played for the last couple of months for your team, if you were injured for the last couple of months for your team, and then you're going to the Euros, what kind of message does this send out? But I completely get what you're saying, but it's just from our perspective, like you have to take a lot of things into consideration, and some of the decisions he's made, like it's well, not some. That decision that he made it probably would rub the fans the wrong way a little bit, and kind of people wouldn't have that much sympathy. Yeah, it has, and that's why a lot of people don't have sympathy for him. If he wasn't a player that I liked, I would have been. I wouldn't have cared, but I like Luke Shaw. I like him.
That's the annoying thing in it. It's not like, I never wish an injury on anyone. It's not like this is a rotational player, or he's like, when he is on it, he is one of the best left backs in Europe.
Yeah.
Like period, like top 3 at easy. That's the gutting thing about it, because you just think the team would be so much more improved with him in it, and so much more balanced with him being a natural left footer. Obviously, Diego Dalot's coming into that position now. What have you made of his performances on that side? Are you happy with him, let's say, for example, if he is the starting left back for the rest of the season?
Yeah, obviously it's not a natural position. I'd prefer like a natural player there, but he's very adept at left back as well. On paper, yes, I'll be happy with that. I'm just a little bit worried with injuries and stuff.
One injury away, innit?
If we lose one of Mazraoui or Dalot, we're fucked.
Yeah,
absolutely fucked. So if we can get someone to kind of deputize, and I know we're going to segue into someone who's probably coming back now, but if we if we can get someone to deputize in that role, perfect. But I like Dalot there. I know his performances there have been inconsistent, but he offers a lot, and it's to be expected. Like with him, he's not a natural left back. But then what's also understated is the addition that he does to the midfield, that he drops into the midfield. Yeah, he's not 100% great at it, but at least he's intelligent enough to understand his role to a certain extent. And we can only deal with what we have at the moment. So I'm not really complaining that much. I'm just worried. I just don't want an injury, because one injury to either, I'm fucked.
Bit of an unsung hero, innit, a little bit, Dalot, I think, with the minutes that he played first and foremost last season. He was the only fit defender in almost every game. There was constant changes in the partnerships, and he'd be the only one who was still in there. And then obviously the fact he can do a job at left back as well. I'm sure he probably wants to play right back where he can do his kind of best football, but Mazraoui's come in, he's not kicked up a fuss, he's not moaned about whatever. He's like, the team need me to do a job there, I'm going to do it. So, yeah, I'm all right with Dalot there at the moment, but I do agree with you. I do like a natural left foot. It just opens up passing lane. Ten Hag always references it. He talks about, like, just having structure there is nice. Having Leacher there, then Shaw, there's rotations and stuff. But look, you touched on someone then who's coming back from a bigger injury than Shaw. The guy's been out for about 18 months.
Do we even know Like what was wrong?
Knee.
Do we know what was
So he
his
had
knee?
he had knee surgery. United recommended him to go to one of their surgeons. He turned that down, and he went back to the Netherlands to get surgery done. He had complications with the surgery, and that's why he had multiple setbacks, basically. So it was a back and forth between Malacia and him. I was reading an article about it. But he is back in training. If you've seen his physique at the minute, he looks like he's been eating Annabelle for breakfast. Like, the guy is just fucking wham in comparison to when he first signed, which you don't blame him, because you just got to take your mind off something, and you got to do something. But yeah, how long do we reckon it'll take him to get up to scratch? It's hard to tell, of course. We're not, physical scientists or what have you, but it looks like he's nearing closer, doesn't he?
He was doing the rondos today. I don't know if you saw the clips. He was doing the rondos. He looked sharp. Well, not sharp, but he looks fit. Let me just say. Physical fitness is one thing. Match sharpness is another thing. I don't know if he's had any. I've been checking to see, because sometimes I like to watch some of the reserve games on the app and all that, and I checked to see if he was included, because I know we used to do that when the player's coming back, you put him in one of the reserve games just to get some fitness. I don't know if he's played any of those. I'm hoping he has, or I'm hoping he's been kind of listed to play there, because we need someone who's match up as well. You need to get the rhythm back. It's one thing to be physically fit, but then you need that match rhythm going before you're thrown into the deep end. I didn't see too much of the training clips, so I don't know. I didn't get to see him. But he looked normal. He just looked like he was back, like he never left and all that. So yeah, let's see what happens. He might. Do you think he features?
No, I don't think. I think that's too soon in terms of the Europa League game. I don't know. Maybe you have a cup game down the line in the Carabao that you could possibly put him in. Something like a Barnes the game would have been ideal in reality, wouldn't it? Like 10, 15 minutes just to ease him into it, because you don't want to throw him into a physical battle straight off the bat. You want a game where you're retaining possession and you're dominating it, and you can come in for 10 minutes and just, get the feel, get back used to it, because 18 months is a long, long time out of football. I don't care who you are. Like, you're off a slight percentage in the Prem. You do fucking miles behind it. So yeah, I think we need to ease him in. I'm not in a rush to bring him back. Like I said, we're fine. But hopefully it coincides with, if anything does happen to Mazraoui or Dalot, touch wood, it doesn't, he's there ready to, like, right, I can start playing some games now. Fingers crossed. So
if he's anything like how we know him to be, he'd probably want to play tomorrow.
Yeah. I bet he's desperate, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he's chomping at the bit. Especially when you're seeing the injuries at left back. He's like, I'm the only natural left-footed now who's available, so I can really push into that team and start, cementing my place in there. I liked what I saw with the first bits when he, in his first year. There was things he could work on, but I thought he was tenacious, pretty quick, not bad on the ball.
Yeah.
So I'm eager to see how he develops. Random guy with a super chat saying Luke Shaw, a bandage that needs tearing off. Andy Williams is saying, what still pisses me off is why we signed Mount over Sabitzer. It's an interesting take.
Listen, Andy, everything, man after my own heart. We're always on the same page.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the only player I don't have any sympathy for, Mason Mount. I don't know why. I have no sympathy for him. But anyway, go on. I know that's your favorite guy. Bro.
That's my guy. So I back him. Each to their own. Nobody knows if Malacia will recover after his nightmare. Malacia needs a miracle to return to his best. I would say a miracle. I think that's quite a jump. Mazraoui, the United buy of the season. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to get into his quotes within the next kind of 5 minutes. But the last question I wanted to ask on this wing-back situation, Civir. Obviously, next year it's going to be prioritised. What left back or what kind of left back would you like? And is anyone in Europe at the moment that you appreciate or you've seen frequently, or is it one of those like, I don't care, just go and get a good left back?
No. I really wanted the Kadioglu, whatever his name is.
Kadioglu's gone Brighton.
Yeah, he's gone to Brighton. Yeah, I really liked him because, well, obviously I haven't watched too many games of him, but then apparently he plays like a number of positions.
Yep.
And he's very comfortable in different positions. And I like to have players that are diverse. So when we lost Licha 10 first season, Luke Shaw stepped into that centre-back position seamlessly.
And was good as well. Very good.
And was really, really good. It was almost as if Licha never left because he's good with the distribution, the passing. So I like players that can play different positions. He would be my favourite, but obviously he's gone to Brighton now. I really don't know too much about players.
I can name a couple and get your thoughts on him if you want.
Yeah, I mean, there's the obvious. There's the Baldes. There's the yeah. Name a few. Name a few.
So the ones
Help
we've
me
been
name.
linked with, or the ones that are in the air at the minute, you've got Alfonso Davis, who goes on a free next season.
Is that realistic?
Well, was Euro realistic before we signed him? I don't think it was it? Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But
All
that's
right.
just a
Yeah.
link. You know what United are like. These are
Yeah.
players that are
Yeah.
linked. Yeah. We've got Robinson from Fulham, the American left back, who I'm a big fan of. I think
Salah
he's
Robson.
decent.
Yeah.
And then there's one more.
Kirkis.
Oh,
Is it Kirkis?
Kirkes from Bournemouth. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. So they're the three that are kind of lingering around at the minute. Any of them tickle your fancy?
I like Alfonso Davis.
Mm.
Salah Robson, Kirkis. I don't know for a long term thing.
Mm.
I just don't know enough about them. I've seen clips. They
Yeah.
look good. You can never tell. I keep telling you guys all the time. If you watch Victor Lindelof's clips,
No, yeah.
you think
I know. I'm with you.
his clips are world class. So like I really don't know that much. But at this point, I just want continuity. And if we can get someone who's always fit, Robson is good. He's very very he's decent. He's
Quick as well.
there's a word I'm looking for. Sorry.
I'm saying he's quick as well, like off the mark.
He's
Very, very
quick.
quick.
Yeah. And traditional left back, that sort of stuff. It doesn't have to be a big name. It's just someone that fits the profile. Now
Someone
there's
that's
all of
fit.
our systems. Sorry?
Yeah, someone that stays fit would be nice.
Yeah. Now football's all about systems. If you get someone who fits the system, who understands the manager, who's got a good football IQ, good on the ball. I don't need a big name. I don't need like a 40, 50 million sort of player. Just get someone that's decent enough to come in.
Yeah. Well, one player who definitely fits the system is Mazraoui. And he was talking about why he decided to join United today in the presser. And he was saying, I needed another step after Bayern Munich. I felt okay there, but I had a feeling I could feel more comfortable somewhere else. Manchester United came in, and I don't think I have to explain why I go to such a club. Have you surprised how quickly he settled in and adapted to the Premier League? Like, obviously, he's worked under Ten Hag before, so it's not that much of a surprise, but he's come straight into the team, and he's not skipped a beat at all.
I don't know. It must have been a year ago when we're talking one time, and we're talking about this. I brought up this point about people saying, when you're trying to scout a player, and then you're saying, is he prem proven? Is he? It doesn't matter. If you're good enough, like you fit in wherever you are. And I think he's one of those type of players. He's confident. He's got the skills. I'm very happy. I'm not necessarily surprised, but I'm really happy that he's hit the ground running. Nowadays, with the way football is going now, I don't think there's time. We don't have time anymore for people to kind of get embedded in the team. We need people to come in and hit the ground running. And I'm just happy he's done that. There's a few games, yes, but I just hope he can kind of sustain this. I remember when what's his name? The Italian. Damian. Yeah, when Damian came in the first couple of games, he was like fan favorite, and then he just
weren't mine.
tanked.
He weren't my favorite. Never rated in me.
Really? I rated it. Yeah, no, he was. It was when he first came. Absolutely.
I thought he was a bag of shit.
I remember Gary Neville saying, like, for the first time in a long time, we have someone who's like we can see for the next 5-10 years, sort of thing. Like he as a right back when he first came, was good, but then kind of just tanked from there.
Do you know what annoyed me about him as well? It was the little. He didn't even have a beard. He had like a strip of hair there. Do you remember it? Like on both sides. I'm like, bro, either shave your face or just fucking, or you know what I mean? Like, he was so weird. It pissed me off. It was like someone you only got like food at the side of the mouth. You like, rub your cheek, mate. You've got like tomato soup on there. It used to annoy me. Yeah. But anyway, why do you think Mazraoui couldn't get into Bayern's team? Because it's bizarre, innit? I know they've got Konrad Lehmer who plays there. They've got Joshua Kimmich. I don't watch Bayern that frequently, but it is weird, isn't it? How they've just gone, you can go for 15 million quid considering his quality.
Maybe just coach's favourite. Maybe coaches didn't fancy. Maybe. I mean, bizarre. There's so many reasons why. Sorry?
It's bizarre because he's such a quality
player. It's bizarre,
player.
Yeah. Some players, like coaches, just don't fancy them, just don't see them as part of their plans. Maybe I don't know. I don't know about his injury record. Maybe he had injuries. I'm not sure, but he just never really seemed. He kind of went to Bayern and just disappeared. Like, we didn't hear from him again. So I don't know. I know he played left back a few times there as well. I don't know. I'm happy. Whatever happened,
I'm
happened.
happy.
And
Yeah,
he's here now.
likewise.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right, we've got Richard saying I like Davis, but I doubt we will get him. T2 that Izzo says I test Bayern's resolve with a cheeky 15 mil bid in Jan. I don't know who you're on about there. Who's that in relation
Davis.
to? Who?
Davis.
Oh, Davis. Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be like a back line then of Bayern's old players. Delete Mazraoui and Davis at left back. Random guy saying, I already fell in love with Mazraoui. You're not the only one, mate. Andy Williams saying, I don't think Eric Ten Hag starts Mazraoui when Shaw is fit, which is going to be annoying. Nah, I can't see that happening. Surely not. Surely not. Right now, even if Shaw came back, you can't, like you were saying before, you can't rely on him. You really can't rely on him. So then you take consistency out your backline, trying to integrate Shaw back in. I just think it's a fucking proper sticky
If
situation.
Shaw comes back, it's probably Dallo who's going to.
Do you reckon?
Drop out. Yeah,
But
probably
he's been a
who'll
general
drop
for
out.
Ten Hag in terms of he's played so many games.
Who, Dallo?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he might prefer Mazraoui on the right hand side.
Interesting.
So I think he'll play. I think he'll play. Shaw at left back and Mazraoui at right back, because the connection with Ahmad is just something else. Like both of them on the right hand side.
I mean, I don't think we'll have to worry about it anyway, because I just don't see Shaw ever getting fit, so I don't think it'll be a problem that'll come up or arise, to be fair. He spoke about his €50 million transfer fee. He said, it's not on me to decide the price, but it works good for me because I was not that expensive. I made a good start, so it's easy for the fans to say I'm a good buy this summer. The price tag does come into it, doesn't it, Civir, especially with United players? You know, had we had spent 50, 60 million quid on him, I'd imagine the magnifying glass would be much more focused. So when we're talking about a transitional period, not only, you know, as he worked with Ten Hag and he knows some of the players there and he's some Dutch coaches, etc., the price tag, there's no pressure whatsoever.
How old is he?
26.
As well. How old is Wan-Bissaka?
I think similar age.
Similar age.
Yeah.
How much did we sell Wan-Bissaka for?
For the same price.
Yeah.
And he had a year left on his deal.
Exactly. Good, mate. Good deal, man. 15. Jesus Christ, that's a
very
steal.
Good. I was saying,
yeah,
I was literally saying who we bought 15 million. I thought Dan James we bought for 15 million, and just a road runner for 2 years, and he went back to.
How many? Yeah, well, like 5 years ago or something.
Yeah, Malacia I think was 13 million. I think
13 million. Yeah. Malacia is unknown.
Exactly. It's very rare in modern football to pick up a player for that price. I remember when City did it with Julian Alvarez. One of the very first videos I did on this channel was about Julian Alvarez, and now you can go pick him up for £17 million, and they just sold him for 85 million. You know, it's night and day, like crazy.
I mean, finally, I'm just happy it's us. Finally, we get to enjoy.
Yes.
You know, we get to experience a goodbye, because everything we've been doing, at least mine is 35 mil upwards. It's nothing. Yeah, it's never anything less than that.
Yeah, for players that we didn't even want at the time. All we didn't want Donny van der Beek, and still had to pay 40 mil, and was like, yeah, you could just come into the squad, mate, and see what's what. Just the last quote from Mazraoui. He said, when you come here as a new player, your expectations that things will only get better. When I arrived, I attended 2 trainings. There were 80% of players in the squad I'd never played with. My expectation is that once the connections and automatic responses get embedded and more natural, things can only go up and up. And that is quite scary if he's got another level to go based on the form he is at the minute. Where would you rank him currently on form from what you've seen? I know it's a small sample size. Where does he rank for you?
What do you mean?
Like amongst, the wing backs at the minute in the league, how he's playing, would he get into most teams, you think, with his performances?
Possibly. I rate Ben White as a right back. He's really, really good.
Who was that? Sorry, did you say then?
Ben White.
Oh, Ben White. Yeah. And that takes you a bit to say, doesn't it?
Takes a lot.
That's how you know he's a good player. Anyone who's watching.
Yeah, no, he's good. But he's up there. I can't say he'd be the best. Right now, but he's definitely, as far as on form, performance-wise, he's definitely up there.
Yeah. Have to agree. All right, what are we saying, people? Davis is out of contract next summer. Eric Ten Hag rates Shaw highly. 50 million for Wan-Bissaka, my brain. It's crazy, isn't it? That we paid 50 mil. Fucking crazy. Mazraoui will turn 27 this November. Question to everyone: do we have any players that are worth 100 million or more? I think Kobbie Mainoo is worth 100 million. I know that might sound crazy, but I think for what you get from him, and then look at the market nowadays, what players are going for. I think he's at least close to that. At least close.
Yeah, if you're looking at the market and what players are going for, he's probably close to that. Realistically, I don't think so, but yeah,
What
he's
would
up
you
there.
say he's worth? 80? 70?
Yeah, anything from like 70, 80
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Maybe that's some United tax that I'm adding on there, because I just thought in my head, to be fair, Declan Rice and Bellingham went for 100 million, didn't they? Around that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's at that. I don't think he's at that level yet. He's just below that, but I think he can attain that level, which is why I'm saying a lot of the time now in the market, you buy potential, don't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think the reason why he's probably not ranked that highly is because United isn't playing well. If we were playing well,
Yeah.
and he was, if there was like a good sort of fight going on, all these kind of things count. So if we're playing well and all that kind of stuff, yeah, I think it would be close there.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's 100 yet. I'll say 60, 70.
Well, the thing is now with the way we're recruiting, the age profile that we are bringing in, we can start to create hopefully £100 million players. Buying them you look at Ahmad. I'm not saying he's going to become one, but I'm saying the age profile: Ahmad, Kobe, Garnacho, Xerxes, Ugarte, all 23 and below. Yoro could potentially develop into £100 million player. If he fulfills his potential. So there's quite a few there, but again, they're all ones for the future. Speaking of the future, see how I segued that then. Another Wonderkid. Yeah. Was it unpredictable? Yeah, I'm going to have to start.
In my head, I was just like, yeah, nice one.
Yeah. United are ready to step up their interest in Sunderland's 17-year-old whiz kid, Chris Rigg. Does not sound like a whiz kid whatsoever. United could make their move for Rigg as early as January to fend off competition from rivals. Rigg, who is widely considered as the best youngster to emerge in the Championship since Jude Bellingham, perfectly fits the profile of a young player Ineos want to build their United revamp around. Now, Civir, give us a full tactical breakdown of Chris Rigg, if you can, mate.
You know what's crazy? On my YouTube recommendations, I saw like a compilation, Chris Rigg, and I was like,
yeah.
And just scroll
just
past.
Sounds like a geezer who's going to fix your boiler, doesn't it?
Now you mentioned it, I was like, oh, so that's where that came from.
Yeah.
I didn't even click on it, so I don't even know what position. No, let me give you an analysis. He's the best thing.
The best thing, just that.
Yeah, an amazing player.
World class. There you go. You heard it here first.
Left back, right back.
I honestly, I don't know. I don't know. But the point is, what the general kind of point I was trying to make was we're starting to sign these kind of players like Samuel Lasale, Sekou Kone, Chido Obi-Martin once that kind of situation gets resolved. And this has got Christopher Favel's handprint all over it. A guy who's coming from Leipzig, he was responsible for bringing Gavadio, Haaland, Patson Daka, all these talented that come through that kind of Leipzig conveyor belt. So having someone in like that is a dream, innit, really. Music to our ears.
Mate, if you have any, if you can make the time to check out our under 18s, those guys are balling out. Like we've got the under 21s, okay. Under 18s, we've got some players there.
Yeah.
Got some real players coming through there. And if you can get, I don't know how old this guy is, but I like the idea that we're getting youngsters coming through. Like, look at our team now. Like, we've got Kobe Mainu, Garnacho, Toby Collier. Like, we're one of the only teams that actually does that recently. That's been bringing players and making them establish first team, at least first squad.
Got a huge record with that, haven't we? Massive record.
It's massive. Yeah. And then when you start looking at people like Biancheri, when you start looking at Bendito Mandato coming through, like we've got some other, like, people don't talk about him too much, but I swear at some point people are going to know who that is. He's another one that's. Then look at Fletcher's kids as well. Like, got quite a few players coming through.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sounds good. I like what's happening there. And so Jim said that, didn't he? He said it's not about buying. He said it's not about buying Mbappe.
About finding the next one.
Exactly. So yeah, that's you can't go wrong with that. Saves you money, saves you huge transfers in the future, stuff like that.
I don't know why, but when I think about picking up these like players who have never been heard of before, I think about Leicester, when they was like kind of piecing together their title-winning team, and they brought in Mahrez for 600 grand, I think it was. They brought in Kante from an unknown League 3 French team or something. Is it League 2? For like fucking, peanuts basically, and all these kind of little players piecing it together. And it just goes to show you don't have to spend shitloads of money to get a good player. You just have to do your due diligence and be smart about it.
Just do your research. Both, I think, I don't know if it's both of them, but one of them came from Le Havre, which is a very well-known academy in France. So it's kind of like what La Masia is to Barcelona. And they have like some of the best French players that all of them, most of them came through Le Havre. And I think either one or two of them came from there. So it's just, when you do your research and then you like really study a player, it arms you with all the information that you need, and then you can make that decision to go for them instead of just constantly just going for like big names. I mean, I've said this before. We've had Ibrahimovic, Falcao, and Cavani play for Man United. Like just focusing on like big players all the time, and then just missing out on top talent coming through. Like,
yeah. I mean, the fucking list is endless in it with the players that we've been linked with and not gone for, and they've ended up having such a successful career. It's painful. But yeah, hopefully, look, if we do go for something like that, fantastic. Let's see what happens. Right, we're going to go to the last part of the show, Civir. Interactive. You don't necessarily need to see the screen for this, but I'm going to give you, some of them are relatively easy, some of them are medium. I'm going to give you clue by clue, so there's going to be 5 clues for each player. And this is kind of themed as, the streets will never forget kind of players, right?
Right.
So I'm going to read out the first clue. Let me know if you get it. I'll go on to the next. And you've got five things to get through, right? So let's go. And obviously chat, get involved in it as well, right? So we're going to scroll down. The first clue, I was born in Nigeria in 1973. That's your first clue. Okay. So we're getting an age profile there, roughly.
I was born in Nigeria in 1973.
Yeah, I've done this one purposely first because I knew you was going to come on with me.
And these are players, yeah.
These players. Streets will never forget those kind of like cult hit. Yeah, straight off the bat, JJ Okocha. Yeah, so I thought that'd be a bit of a tap in to start off with. That's one clue, and he's got the first one. I'm sure some of you guys would have got that as well. We move on to the next one. Okay, so the first clue, I was born in Bulgaria in 1981. That's your first clue.
Jimmy.
Yeah, burps off. Straight off the bat. These are too easy then, apparently. Next one. 1 second, let me just cover these up. I was born in Portugal in 1983. I swear, if I don't have to use any of these other clues, I'm going to be fucking pissed off.
Figo.
Nope. Let me know if you want the next clue.
1983. I'll try one more and then you give me the clue. Born in Portugal in 1983.
Yeah.
Cristiano?
No. Someone's saying Nane. It's not Nane. It's not Ronaldo.
No.
Nope.
What's the next clue?
Next clue. I'm known for my skills, unpredictability, and my signature Trivela shot. That's quite a big clue.
Trivela, that's outside of the foot.
Yes.
Quaresma.
Yes. I knew that one would get you. Ricardo Quaresma. The streets will never forget. Yeah. T2 years old got that. Random guy got that as well. Someone just put Phil Jones. Not Phil Jones.
Felipe Jonas.
Felipe Jonas. The bun breaker. I was born in Italy in 1982. I don't think anyone will get this. I'll go out on a limb to say it. I don't.
I was born in Italy in 1982.
Yeah.
Hold on. Perlo.
Nope. If anyone gets this in the chat, I'll be mega impressed. Mega impressed. So that's some like elevator music in between whilst you're thinking.
The streets will never forget. It's not. So after Perlo, he said no. Totti.
Oh my god, someone's got it in the chat. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. No, not
Not
Totti.
40.
No.
Okay, what's the next clue? Yeah.
Okay. I'm known for my immense talent, but also for my volatile personality and off-field controversies.
Gattuso.
Nope.
Off-field. Oh, Balotelli.
Nope.
Volatile personality and off-field.
Not Balotelli, not Rossi. Nope. Do you want next clue?
Cassano. No, Cassano. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cassano.
Yeah. Antonio Cassano. Next clue is going to be I play for clubs like Roma, Madrid, AC Milan. Yeah. Remember, streets I'll never forget. On to the next, on to the last one, should I say. Let me just cover these.
Oh, I'm got it now.
Clues back up. The last one, I was a huge fan of this player. Huge fan. Let's go. Right, so the first clue.
Who the fuck got Cassano from his...
T2 the ISO got Cassano.
Jesus.
Crazy. I was born in Brazil in 1982.
Ronaldinho.
Nope. I thought that was too much of a tap in for Ronaldinho.
Yeah. I was born in Brazil, 1982. One of your favorite players, you said.
Well, I don't know about favourites, but I was a massive fan of him.
All right.
Very nostalgic kind of player. Someone who should have fulfilled the potential and would have been unbelievable.
Should have. Anderson.
Nope.
Next clue.
Next clue. Okay, pull it down. Trying to think where we are here. Yeah. I think this might give it away. I think you'll get it from this. I was a powerful striker.
Whoa.
Go on.
Adriano.
Yeah.
Adriano.
Yeah, Adriano. Yeah, what a player, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Unbelievable. Didn't he have quite a fall off, right? He got involved with gangs and violence and stuff.
Man, he's running the favelas, man.
Yeah.
At some point, he was deep in the favelas,
Crazy talent. Unbelievable.
Crazy.
Yeah.
The Brazilians, I really don't know what happens to them. They just switch and then they don't care anymore. It's
yeah,
really
just
care.
that kind of very mad personality. Do you remember Anthony when he said a rainbow flick drug dealers and nutmeg police officers? And it's you can't even nutmeg a wing back from Barnsley now. Don't know what's going on with him. T2, the ISO got it right again. Phenomenal, just from the date. That's mad. Andy Williams said Kaká, R9. Ronaldo, the original. Adriano. So we had Adriano, Quaresma, Berbatov, JJ Okocha. The streets will never forget. So nice little interactive game there to finish the show off. I'm a nerd. You're absolutely right, T2. You are a nerd. But well done. You got them right. Thank you very much for everyone who's tuned in. Appreciate you all getting involved in the chat and joining us and taking time out of your day. Likewise with Civir for joining me as well. I'm always appreciative of that. Enjoy your birthday tomorrow. Whatever, obviously you're going to go watch the game. So hopefully United get a result for you. And anyone in the chat, make sure you come and join us for the game tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to be live for it because I think I might be working. But I think Sam's going to cover it. So make sure you do, come and join in. Smash a like on the video, subscribe and all that kind of good stuff. And me and Civir will see you lot in the next one, yeah? Take it easy.